4. Adding audio. In the last video, we showed you how to upload and run a simple chaser timeline to a ShowNodes node. In this video, we'll show you how to add audio to the timeline that will play back with the chaser. You'll also become a little more familiar with the ShowNodes manager by learning more of its features. As in the previous video, you will need to have already connected a ShowNodes show controller node. Also, a quick reminder that these videos do not cover how to use the VenueMagic software beyond what you need to know to run ShowNodes. If you have not yet done so, we recommend that you first watch the VenueMagic Getting Started tutorial videos available on the VenueMagic website at www.venuemagic.com. Adding audio to a timeline is very easy. First, drag an audio clip from the project folder into the audio track of the timeline we started in the last video. Next, go to the ShowNodes tab of the Timeline Options window and make sure that the Export Audio box is checked. Now, open the ShowNodes Manager window. You will notice in the nodes list that the node name MyNode1 is now preceded by an asterisk and that the field is turned yellow. This tells you that a file required by MyNode1 has changed and that a new build and upload are required. From the Node Actions menu, select Build and Upload and click OK. In addition to exporting the lighting control, VenueMagic also does a mixdown of all the audio with the timeline and then uploads it as a single file. Close the Uploading ShowNodes Files window and we're ready to play our timeline. In order to hear audio coming from the node, you will first need to connect a pair of amplified speakers to the audio plug on the side of the node. Now click on the Q button from the last video. You should now be hearing audio coming out of the speakers connected to the node. If not, try turning up the volume. Going back to the ShowNodes Manager, you'll notice that the status field is green and shows Playing with Audio. This tells us that a timeline with audio is playing on the node. Select the node and click on the Playback tab to get more information on what is playing. Now right-click on the timeline and click Stop. Notice that the status field changed to say Running. This tells us that a node is functioning properly but is not playing any timelines. The green background tells us that the node is working. If there is a problem, the background will turn red, which indicates that an error has occurred. For example, if we unplug the node from the network, the message changes to Lost Connection and the field color changes to red. Click on the Faults tab to see what the problem really is. In this case, the problem is a node timeout fault. Reconnect the cable to the node and Running message returns, but the background is still red. Looking at the Fault tab, we see that a network error occurred. This is simply the node telling us that some darn fool disconnected the network. Reset the fault by clicking on the Clear Faults button. Now the faults are gone and the background color of the status window has returned to a healthy green. A single ShowNodes node can run up to 20 simultaneous timelines with audio. If I hit the Q button 20 times, I'll get 20 timelines listed in the Playback tab at once, all of them playing on the node at the same time. If I click it one more time, the status field turns red. Click on that Faults tab, and we see that a timeline playback fault has occurred. Again, you can clear the fault by clicking Clear Faults. This concludes this tutorial video. In our next video, we will discuss using ShowNodes to control DMX lighting and other DMX-controlled devices.